I'm Cali.
And I'm Cacy.
And today,
we're cooking recipes mentioned in the book To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee.
So we're going to start out with baking Southern tea cookies and then move on to crackling bread.
The first thing we're going to do is make Southern tea cookies, and you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees.
So we're going to start with our wet ingredients. The first thing you're going to need is a half cup of butter.
And then you're going to cream that together with half a cup of granulated white sugar.
And then we're going to cream it together. Okay, now you're going to slowly add in your 3 eggs, one by one, each blending them in together.
Blending them individually.
So after you have mixed all your eggs in and your sugar and butter, you're going to take your 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and you're going to add that in there.
And finally, you're going to add the zest of 1 large lemon.
So after you have blended all those together, you're going to set your wet ingredients aside and pull out an even bigger bowl than before. So we're going to start with the 2 1/4 cups of flour.
And to that, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder
and 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
And then whisk together.
So after you've all whisked them together, you're going to get your wet liquids again.
Wet liquids again.
Wet liquids. And you're going to slowly add it in while blending. So once you've actually gotten everything freaking off the blender, why won't it come off the blender?
Cali,
I'm doing it. Okay, now you've seen we've cleared the table and we're ready to roll out our cookies.
First, you're going to want to condense your dough into a ball at the bottom of your bowl.
So before we roll out our cookies, we're going to take some flour from my beautiful flouring pen and we're going to sprinkle some flour where we're rolling.
You're going to want to put a lot because this is sticky.
Yes, be careful because these can be very sticky and you want to make sure you get lots of flour everywhere so the dough does not stick. Also, you're going to need a rolling pin.
And make sure to add flour to your rolling pin so it won't stick to the rolling pin as you're rolling. You just rub that in. And then once you've floured everything, you're going to want to take the dough off the bottom of your bowl. Make sure you've got all of it.
And set it down. And if you don't have enough flour, take some excess, sprinkle it on so your dough does not stick.
Roll to about half of an inch thick. So after you're done rolling it out, you're going to want to take your cookie cutter.
As we don't have one, so we are improvising with this beautiful biscuit maker.
You're going to want to take your cookie cutter, and it's to be about 2 to 2.5 inches, and you're going to want to cut out as many cookies as you can. Wow. Okay.
Once you've cut out as many as you can, you're going to take the excess dough and peel it off.
And this recipe will make about 16 cookies, depending on the size of your cookie cutter. Oh, dang. You're going to want to take a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper and place your cookies on it.
Once you have placed your cookies on your parchment paper, you're going to roll out your dough again until you get the consistency and the width that you want. Okay, so we've already rolled them out, and we're going to start with our cutting again. So after you got your cookies all set, you're going to take your cookies over to your oven.
You're going to want to put your cookies in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Oh, dang.
So it is the next day. Our cookies have cooled and they have been tested with our toothpick.
So you use a toothpick to test if your cookies are ready to take out of the oven. You take your toothpick and you put it into a cookie, and if it comes out clean with no dough, you can take it out and place it on a cooling rack. And if it comes out with dough still left on it, you're going to want to put it in the oven for like a minute or so more.
So it's time to make frosting.
The first thing you're going to want to do is add 1/2 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature and cream that into the bowl. Cream that together. And after that is all nice and fluffy, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and blend that nice and good.
So after you blended them all together, you're going to take your 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar. We have already sifted ours, and we're going to slowly add it in.
You're going to want to add this in slowly, but at a very low setting. So you're going to want to stop and scrape down the sides while you mix. Okay.
And if you need to, you can scrape down the sides more than once. So after that is all mixed in together, you're going to take your 2 tablespoons of light cream or milk. We are using light cream.
And you're going to want to add that slowly, but on the highest setting. Make sure you're scraping the sides as you go along. You're going to want to make sure you mix that until you have a light and fluffy consistency.
So now that you have your frosting all mixed, you're going to take the food color of your choice.
And we're going to use pink and blue to make a nice purple color, but you can do whatever you want.
Make sure you are very light on your food color because it is very pigmented.
And a little goes a long way.
So once you have the color of your choice, you're going to grab your frosting bag and you're going to stick it in.
You don't have to use a frosting bag, we just chose to. And you can use a Ziploc bag or just take it with a fork or a knife and put it on the cookies. If you're using a frosting bag, you're going to want to fill it and then grasp it here to frost. We're just going to put a little bit on and then spread it around. After you've added your first bit of frosting, if you need more to each cookie, then you can do that.
And that is how you make Southern tea cakes from the book To Kill a Mockingbird
By Harper Lee.
Oh, damn.
Next recipe, crackling bread. The first thing you're going to want to do is turn your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit.
Then you're going to want to take a cast iron pan or a deep dish and fill it with 1 tablespoon of butter, lard, or bacon drippings.
Then you're going to put that in the oven to heat up. After that's done, you're going to want to take a large mixing bowl and add 2 cups of white or yellow cornmeal. We're using white, and put that into your bowl. Then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt,
a half teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of baking soda.
Then you're going to want to whisk that until it's well combined. Then you're going to want to set that aside and get a smaller bowl for your wet ingredients. You're going to want to add 1 and 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and 1 large egg.
Then you're going to whisk that together
until well combined.
After that is all mixed together, you're going to take 1 cup of cracklings or bacon pieces. We are using bacon pieces, and we're going to add that in.
Crackling is really hard to find, so if you can't, just use bacon. Then you're going to take your wet ingredients and slowly add your dry in.
You're going to take your wet ingredients and slowly add it into your dry. Make sure if you need to, you can scrape the sides of both bowls.
Then after that is all mixed together, you're going to want to take your pan out of the oven with oven mitts because it will be hot. Okay, and you're going to want to add your batter into it. Can you hold it?
Be careful because it probably will sizzle, and that's a good thing.
After that is all in your pan, you're going to want to put it back in the oven, but on a lower heat at about 350 degrees.
And now let's take it to the oven.
And turn that to a lower heat, so about 350 degrees. Put a timer on for 25 minutes or until golden brown. Then
we wait.
Yep.
So after your crackling bread is done, you're going to come and take it out of the oven. And now we're going to test it with the toothpick.
it's good.
Good.
Okay, then get some sort of
Pan to flip it
pan.
on.
Yeah.
And be careful because this is cornbread. It could crumble.
And the pan is still really hot, so just be aware of that. Fudge. Holy fudging fudge. Fudge.
So after it is flipped, cut it into wedges. Once you have cut it and into the sizes you want, add some butter or honey and taste. You ready?
Oh my god, yes.
Pretty good. And that is how you make crackling bread.
And tea cakes.
From the book To Kill a Mockingbird
By Harper Lee.
Are we good?
It's
Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Hey,
give us an A.
please.
Hey, next. Okay, and then you're gonna want to take a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and
Well, it's a pizza though. It's a pizza. Flour, flour, flour.
I mean,
Also, it tastes kind of weird.